Hey there, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Lynette. And today I want to share with you 10 different ways to detox your home. And my question for today's video is, do you guys live a natural life? Do you feel like you're kind of somewhere in between using conventional products but also want to maybe explore more natural products and natural living? Let me know where you're at. I'd love to talk to you down in the comments below. So I started my non-toxic natural living journey 3 years ago when I was going through a bout of health issues ranging from hair loss and infertility to a lot of crazy hormone imbalances and skin issues like dermatitis. I was determined to find some healing, and I was also determined to do it as naturally as possible. So I'm extremely passionate about natural living, and the 10 tips that I'm sharing with you today I do all the time. These are standards that I live by, and I really do feel like they have made a difference in my overall health. The first one is to stop using candles, specifically fragrance candles, and specifically candles that are made of paraffin wax. I know that might be really hard for you, especially now that it's around the Christmas and fall season, because I know everybody likes to burn their favorite fall or Christmas scented candles, but candles, when they're burned, create a lot of really toxic chemicals that I cannot even pronounce, but I will have them up on the screen. They are known as carcinogens, and they are even found in diesel fuel. So a natural, healthier alternative would just be diffuse essential oils. I've currently been diffusing a combination of orange and cinnamon, which is perfect for the fall season. Another great alternative that I love to do, especially around the fall and Christmas season, is just to make a wet potpourri, if you will. So I just basically put a pot of water on the stove. I'll add some lemon skin wedges, some cinnamon sticks, and maybe even a couple drops of essential oil. And I just allow that to simmer, and it fragrances the entire home. So those are my two preferences when it comes to scenting your home, scenting your office space, and really they are better alternatives to conventional candles. Number 2 is to use an air purifier. Air purifiers are really great at removing allergens, pollen, pet dander, things of that nature. For a while we did have an electric air purifier, but it just costs a lot as far as maintenance when getting new filters and things of that nature. So what I opted to do instead was to infuse my home with plants. 2 species of plants that I have in our home that are proven to improve air quality are the pothos plant as well as a snake plant. Plants improve indoor air quality by absorbing toxins, producing oxygen, and making it a little bit more humid in the air. They're also very aesthetically pleasing, so I just love the dual purpose of plants in our home, and I feel much better knowing that they are there, serving a purpose of purifying our indoor air as well as adding a decor element. Number 3 is to dust and vacuum often. A lot of toxins can actually live in our dust, and other things like dust mites, pet dander, and other allergens are also in our dust. So it's really important, especially if you live in a home that's carpeted, to be vacuuming and dusting frequently. Our entire apartment complex, except for the bathrooms and kitchen, is carpeted, which is not my preference, but I'm diligent about vacuuming as often as possible, especially because we have a young child who is so close to the carpet. That's a really simple, easy house cleaning thing that you can be doing just to improve the exposure that you have to toxins in your living environment. Number 4, switch to natural cleaning products. A lot of cleaning products, conventional cleaning products, release VOCs, volatile organic compounds, and there have been studies that have linked these particular toxins to asthma and respiratory issues. So we use very, very natural cleaning products in our home. I have an entire video on my natural cleaning products, so I'll have that linked in the cards and down in the description box. When I was a young girl, one of my chores was to clean our bathroom, and I remember I would use bleach and like several different cleaning products, and I distinctly remember every single time feeling dizzy and just overpowered by the strong smell of the chlorine from the bleach and the other products that I was using. And at that point I thought that cleanliness meant you had to be exposed to these toxins and that they were the only things that would really clean the space. Years later, I wish I could go back and get myself out of that bathroom and replace all those cleaning products with natural ones, because I would have bypassed becoming extremely dizzy and feeling woozy after cleaning the bathroom, and I would have been exposed to a lot less toxic ingredients. Now when I clean the bathroom, I don't get dizzy and I don't feel woozy or just kind of out of sorts, or I don't feel like I have to leave the room and let it air out. That's not necessary when you're using natural products. The best part is they actually really do clean well. Number 5 is to open your windows daily. It is said that outdoor air quality is actually better than indoor air quality, which is a little surprising to me because I do live in a city. I've grown up in cities my entire life. Needless to say, that stagnant, still air that you can have in your apartment or home, if you don't actually open the windows, is more toxic than just the clean air outside. So definitely open your windows as long as the weather is permitting and get that fresh air in. And I find when I open the windows, I feel a little bit more rejuvenated. I love to hear the sounds of the birds and even some like low level traffic noise. It's comforting me because I grew up in cities, but just creating that circulation in your home and getting that fresh air in is really important. Number 6 is to use non-VOC paint. Again, VOC stands for that volatile organic compounds, and paints often release VOCs as they're drying. And just to clarify, I'm talking about interior home paint. There are a lot of really great brands that have greener non-VOC or low VOC paint options. VOCs in paint have been linked to causing kidney and liver problems, which is like wild. Number 7 is to filter your drinking water. We use a very natural Japanese filtering system. We not only love it because it filters our water, but also because it is compostable and it is a very sustainable, low waste water filter alternative. Filtered water removes these 2 toxins. Once again, I cannot pronounce them, but I will have them on the screen right now. And that just kind of prevents gastrointestinal issues, even though it should go without saying, I know some of you may not filter your water, so be sure to start doing that. Number 8 is to ditch plastic containers, especially for your food and especially for heating up your food. To be fair, I do have some plastic containers that we still utilize for our food, but I never, ever, ever, ever heat up anything in those plastic containers, and they are also BPA free. Most of the containers that I own are either stainless steel or a glass container. I prefer the glass because I can stick it in the oven and the microwave if I need to reheat any of the food. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have so much plastic that I need to get rid of, my suggestion to you would be not to completely just throw away your plastic containers, but to find new uses for them. So one example of this would be to organize your junk drawer. We have a junk drawer. It was always really messy until I decided to use the plastic containers to organize my junk drawer instead. There's so many alternatives and other ways that you can use them, but just don't use them for your food, especially if they're not BPA free. Number 9 is have a no shoe policy inside your home. This is especially important to us because our carpet is a magnet for everything. There was a time where no matter how much I vacuumed our carpet, even if we walked around barefooted for 5 minutes, our feet were black and it grossed me out. So I shampooed the carpets, I vacuumed as much as I possibly could, and I instated a rule that there were to be no shoes in the home. The importance of not wearing shoes in your home is sanitation. Just think about all the places that you walk and all the different weird, gross things that are on the floor. Instate a no shoe policy, have a basket. Don't be afraid to let visitors know that you have a no shoe policy. I always felt a little awkward requesting this of people. Once people know that's how your household is, it's fine and it's totally worth it in the long run for your health and just for even sanitation. And number 10 is to invest in Himalayan salt lamps. I put this suggestion as the last one on the list because there is a lot of controversy as to whether or not Himalayan salt lamps actually help purify the air. You think about your phones, your Wi-Fi, all of those like electromagnetic fields that we can't see but our bodies are being exposed to. Himalayan salt lamps are said to kind of counteract that level of exposure. So I actually keep a Himalayan salt lamp in my office at work. We have one in our bedroom and we have two in our living room because that's where most of our technology resides. I don't know if this actually works. I don't know if it's even been proven, but in the very least, they are aesthetically pleasing. And at the most, they can be reducing your exposure to EMF radiation or electromagnetic field radiation. So I like the idea of incorporating them into your household and making them just part of your natural living routine. And let me know the answer to the question of where you guys are at in your natural living journey. If you're just curious, if you are a pro, if you're somewhere in between, I'd love to hear. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I do videos on minimal, sustainable, natural living, as well as just lifestyle videos. Until the next one, I will talk to you then. Bye.